Improving memory plays an important role in all areas of life, including academics, work, and daily life. There are various memory improvement techniques developed through scientific research and long experience, and if you practice them consistently, you can achieve amazing results. The Memory Palace Technique method of loci is a powerful memory improvement method that has been used since ancient Greece. This technique works by imagining a specific place or path and associating the information you want to remember with that place. For example, imagine your house and place the first piece of information in the hallway, and the second piece of information in the living room. This method combines spatial perception and memory to store and retrieve information more effectively. To use the Memory Palace technique, you must first choose a familiar place. This could be your house, your school route, or your favorite park. Next, decide on specific points within this place in order. For example, if you choose your house, you could decide on the front door, shoe cabinet, living room sofa, dining table, and bedroom bed. Finally, imagine the information you want to remember. By associating it with these points, it is important to create as vivid and unique an image as possible. For example, if you want to remember your shopping list, you might imagine a giant bottle of milk standing in front of your front door, or bread dancing on your shoe rack. Associative techniques are a way to remember new information by associating it with information you already know. For example, when learning a foreign word, you might associate the pronunciation or meaning of the word with a word in your native language. This technique gives new information meaning and strengthens your memory by creating a link to your existing knowledge. To use associative techniques effectively, it is important to create creative and personal associations. For example, to remember the French word, porte, door, you might think of an image like potato chips stuck to the door. Or to remember the English word, egregious, evil, you might combine egg and religious to create an image like evilly religious eggs. The more unique and personal associations you create, the longer you will remember them. Chunking is a technique for remembering information by grouping it into meaningful chunks. For example, when memorizing a long string of numbers, you can remember them in 3 to 4 digit chunks. This method allows you to efficiently use the capacity of your working memory and makes it easier to process and remember large amounts of information. The key to chunking is to organize individual pieces of information into meaningful groups. For example, when memorizing the phone number 01234567890, instead of simply remembering it as a 10-digit number, you can divide it into 3 chunks 0123456 and 7890. Or, when remembering historical events, you can group them by year or group-related events into one topic. By organizing information in this way, you can more easily grasp the meaning and relationships of individual pieces of information. And as a result, you can remember more information efficiently. Repetition learning is the most basic and effective memory improvement technique. According to Ebbinghaus' forgetting curve, we forget most of what we have learned within 24 hours. Therefore, it is important to periodically review newly acquired information. In particular, distributed learning, that is, repeated learning at regular intervals, is more effective than concentrated learning. For effective repeated learning, it is important to review at appropriate intervals. Generally, it is recommended to review the first time immediately after learning, the second time 1 day later, the third time 1 week later, and the fourth time 1 month later. Reviewing at these intervals allows for more effective transfer to long-term memory. In addition, it is more effective to review by reorganizing the information in various ways, rather than simply reading the same content repeatedly. For example, you can review by reading it first, then summarizing it, and then explaining it to others. Multimedia utilization techniques are methods of remembering information by mobilizing various senses. When you input information by combining visual images, auditory elements, and tactile experiences, the strength of memory increases. For example, You can draw related images while reading important content, or read keywords out loud. In order to effectively use multimedia utilization techniques, it is important to select appropriate media depending on the learning content. For example, when studying historical events, you can study by watching related documentaries or listening to music from that time. When learning a language, it is also a good idea to listen to songs in that language and sing along to the lyrics. When understanding scientific concepts, it is also effective to watch related experimental videos or conduct simple experiments yourself. When you utilize various senses in this way, the information is processed more deeply and is more likely to be stored in long-term memory. Mind mapping is a technique for visually structuring information. It organizes information in a form where related concepts branch out like branches with a central topic in the middle. This method allows you to see the relationships between information at a glance and helps improve creative thinking and memory. When creating a mind map, first, write the central topic in the center of the page. Then, draw the main concepts branch out like branches from this central topic. Each branch can then branch out into smaller branches with more detailed concepts. It is more effective to use colors, images, and symbols at this time. For example, if you draw a mind map with the topic of photosynthesis in a biology class, you can place photosynthesis in the center and draw necessary elements, process, and results as main branches. You can expand each branch to more detailed content. A mind map created in this way allows you to see the structure of the entire concept at a glance and easily understand the connections between information. In addition, there are various memory improvement methods such as the monema technique, keyword technique, and story-making technique. If you combine these techniques appropriately according to the situation, you can learn and remember more effectively. The important thing is to find the method that works best for you and practice it consistently. In addition, maintaining healthy lifestyle habits such as sufficient sleep, regular exercise, and a balanced diet is also very helpful in improving memory. The brain is an organ that requires management and training, like other parts of our body, and through these efforts, our cognitive ability and memory can be continuously improved.